I am super frustrated. The internet keeps dying today. So, um, so anyway, yesterday I was watching a video about Hocus Pocus. Oh, and hi again. Yesterday I was watching a video about Hocus Pocus, and the guy said that it was a Disney movie. It's not. It's a Disney movie now, but it wasn't then. When it first when it first started, it was, like Touchstone or Universal or something like that. It actually may have been like DreamWorks, for all I know. But whatever it was not Disney. It's like when you go and look it up on the internet, Tower of Terror did not inspire the movie. The movie inspired Tower of Terror. Because if you look at the age of the actress who plays the the niece in that one, I can't think of her name. Anyway, she plays MJ on Spider-Man. Anyway, if you look at her age in Tower of Terror, she was a lot younger than when she was on Spider-Man. Because of the fact that Tower of Terror came out in like 1993. I may be wrong, but it did come out like way back when. And then Spider-Man came out in like what, the early 2000s? Think about that. That's like 7 years later if I'm right. But it didn't do so hot when it came out the first time. When it came out the second time, it's like, oh, this is a great movie, for everybody. So I don't understand that, but it's like The Bone Collector. The Bone Collector came out as a different movie entirely. Um, what movie? I don't, I don't know the title of the movie, but I know that my dad was watching it on the TV at home. And um the only thing I remember is that the detective and his crew were looking at whatever it was under the escalator, because I didn't stick around to find out. But then all of a sudden, later, it came out as The Bone Collector, and everybody's like, oh, it's a great movie. So it just wasn't the time when it came out the first time, you know? But yeah, I think my dad borrowed that from the video rental. Um, we Before Blockbuster, we used to rent videos at a place called the Warehouse. And they had mostly movies. They even had an adult section I wasn't allowed in. An adult only section. I was not allowed in there. And what else? I know we went in there a couple of times when it was we had a VCR, but then there was this uh other VCR type. I think it was a VCR type. I'm not sure. Anyway, it was called Beta. So, all the cool movies that I wanted to watch were not on VCR yet. They were on Beta. So I kept I kept going, oh, well, this is strawberry shortcake, this is Smurfs, Um, uh, there's probably a video of Monchichis, although I don't remember those being very popular ever. They were little monkey dudes. But oh, but I was telling you about but I did finally find something that was on VCR that I wanted to watch, whatever it was. But I was telling you about the Hocus Pocus video I saw yesterday. So first of all, he's saying that it's a Disney movie. Well, it is now. It wasn't when it came out. But or it was one of those Disney movies that they didn't think was going to do very well, so they didn't put the Disney name on it. It could be that, but I think it was like a Touchstone or a Buena Vista or something. It wasn't an official Disney. But anyway, whatever it was. And then he made the sad mistake, because I know better, that Sarah Jessica Parker did not sing that song. Thank you very much. He said that she did. That come little children and I'll take thee away. Yeah, I've already seen a video where it said that she did not sing that because she couldn't sing a note. Now, if like Sarah Jessica Parker walked up to me and with the Disney people to back her up and say, yeah, I actually sang that, I would be really, really happy. But I know for a fact that I had a song downloaded onto my computer that did not say Sarah Jessica Parker. It said some other lady's name, and it was that song. So, no, she did not. I'm sorry, but she didn't. Although they got a really good likeness for her voice. They did a good job. Um, there's some movies where they just don't do a good job. Like the person doesn't even sound like. I mean, it's not like the difference between, say, the guy who plays Bear on Armageddon and, his singing voice is the mice from Cinderella. It's not like that, but, there's an obvious difference. But, it wasn't that bad. They actually did a really good job. But sometimes movie companies, I'm not saying Disney specifically, but sometimes movie companies, get it totally wrong, and it's like, that can't be their singing voice. Although I hear that if my dad, um, if my dad like sang Unchained Melody, that he'd have a my mom said that he'd have a deeper voice than his regular voice, which I thought was really weird, because I've heard him sing Happy Birthday like 600 times, I think, and he doesn't seem to have like any kind of different voice. But maybe that's not, Maybe that's like his, his, I don't know, maybe that's his happy birthday voice and his singing voice is different. I don't know. I just know that they were in music class together in high school, him and Mama. So, or he was in class and she happened to hang out there or something like that. Dad can play the guitar, or at least he used to be able to. I don't know if he still can. I mean, I would hope so. He used to be able to play the MASH theme song on there. I'm sure he can play other things, but that's something I can remember. And he was trying to teach me, but I am totally hopeless. It's like I wanted to learn how to play so bad because, when I was one of those little kids that, I want to be I want to be a rock star. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a veterinarian. Well, maybe not a veterinarian, but yeah, probably I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be everything. I wanted to be a librarian. I still kind of do want to be a librarian, especially at our library. Since um they they try to alphabetize things, right? Well, problem is that like this section will be alphabetized by the authors. This section over here will be alphabetized by title. This is set up with Dewey Decimal System. I don't understand that at all whatsoever. And this over here will be just whatever we wanted to put in there at the time, or at least that has been the thing in the past. And it's like, what were you thinking? Because at one point in time, the Star Wars books, they're not all written by the same person. George Lucas wrote some of them, and then there's I can't remember any of the other names right now, but there's like R last names and S last names and want to say somebody was Timothy Zahn, but I don't know if that's what. I don't know if they wrote Star Wars or something else, but yeah. And then there's the lady who wrote Order 66, where I don't like that book at all whatsoever. Okay, so first of all, the kid. That's what I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him the kid, and then I'm going to call the. He gets left with his grandpa. And the big thing is that his mom's a Jedi, his dad's a clone, and I don't know why, but anyway, they both got killed off, and he got left with his grandpa. His grandpa's a Mandalorian, so even though he's pretty much human, he's got to grow up like a Mandalorian, and he's like, I think at one point in time he was like whining because it's so hard, and Grandpa's like, toughen up. It's like, okay, I don't like that book. Mostly because his parents get killed off and he has to go live with his grandpa, and his grandpa's being mean to him, or at least feels like it's being mean to him. I didn't get much past that. I decided, screw that, I'm not reading the rest of this book. Because what happens is that they all go to this one planet and the clones go crazy because they're programmed to. So they all go crazy and they're going to kill all the Jedi for the Darth Vader side of things. And I don't know if Darth Vader was in that part or not, but I think this was after Darth Vader. But anyway, whatever happened, or no, that was before Darth Vader. Yeah, I'm not up on my Star Wars lore. I'm sorry. Somebody in, somebody in the comments is probably gonna get very upset at me. But it's not that important to me. As long as you're not trying to convince me that Rey and all those movies after number 6 are the bestest things since sliced bread, we're good. You try to convince me of that, and yeah, I'm gonna argue the point. I'm sorry, I don't like the Disney ones. I like the ones that George Lucas was in on. And I don't understand how, okay, it's your work, it's your world. You came up with it, but you can get sued by your fans because you changed something so it was better. Instead of Han walking through that guy's tail. What was it, Jabba? Anyway, instead of Han Solo walking through his tail, he actually walks on the tail. Okay. And through computer help, they were able to make it look realistic. It looks great. I guess I was one of the few people who actually liked what he did, because he said that the technology just wasn't there back in the 70s. And it's like, okay, willing to see what you come up with instead. And we did. And a lot of us were like, hey, that looks great. And then there was enough of everyone else that's like, no, you changed it. It's like, well, yeah. Made it the way it was supposed to be all along. And if we had been able to do it, you wouldn't have known the difference. I'm still wondering if a certain company didn't pay them to get that lawsuit together. Because that just sounds so random. To get upset about. That to me sounds like one of those things that you get upset during COVID because you're like, there's nothing else to do. Let's get upset about something, But that's not what it was. It was pre-COVID. Anyway. So, you will notice when you are looking for the first half of this video that the first half is going to say part 1 and this half is going to say part 2 because it was supposed to be all one part to begin with. And I don't have Fillmore Wondershare right now because I need to re-up the subscription, and because of that, I just don't have the technology right now. Right now I'm trying to save up my survey money so I can get a second copy of one of my books. Which one? Okay, wait a minute. So, yeah. So 1, 2, or 3. Because right now they have Minecraft art. And nobody's buying them. So yeah, I'll probably get a second copy of Pirate's Daughter. And then as soon as we can, I want to get a second copy of Misfortune, and then a second copy of Hard Times, and then I will have all my books with the new covers. But the problem is that I lost access, or it got pulled, I'm not sure which, to the program that I was using, and I'm very upset about that. So the one that I have right now, it's more like an animated thing, and it wants to make everybody Japanese anime, and I don't like that. So I may have to go and, like, poke around in, poke around the internet, or poke around, well, Speechlo is supposed to have some kind of AI program to make video thingies, or book thing, or images. So I may have to check that out. I like Speechlo a lot. I love it, but they've got a whole lot of stuff that sounds really cool, and I want to use it, but I can't because I don't have the money. But yeah, the covers that they have right now are really awesome. I've got the reason why I need to get a second copy of 3 of my books is because I've got the old cover. I've got the Minecraft art cover. And I can totally say the Minecraft art is mine. I built the thing, and I built the scene that is in the book, but it doesn't look very appealing, and it looks like maybe it's a kid's book. Or a preteen book, And that is definitely not the idea that I want to come up with. And there's no people in it. So, like, if I could go and get a program where I could put my Minecraft art in there and generate people in the picture, or people and vehicles and stuff in the picture, but make it more realistic, that'd be awesome. Oh, that's what I found. I found out that Windows Paint actually has AI to it, and that's what I've been using the last few days. Just, trying to come up with some pictures and, covers for my books. I've been trying to do that with the Windows Paint thing. And it's, like I said, it keeps trying to Japanese animate everybody, even though I said that they are Irish. And the other boy, I mean, okay, so I put um, that 16-year-old girl, 16-year-old Irish girl sitting in a chair being proposed to by her 17-year-old Russian boyfriend. Something like that. And there was more words to it than that, but we'll go with what I just said. And it came up with a really good picture. Except for that she doesn't look happy and she's definitely got her eyes closed. And it's animated. Oh yeah, and I put that it was in a Chinese food restaurant. So it should have came up with a Chinese food restaurant, but it came up with something that looked more like a very empty In-N-Out. Which we have seen, actually. Doesn't happen very often, but we have seen that. Because, like, back when my husband was a merchandiser, or sometimes they call him a vendor, um, you know, company, we'll call it Company A, goes and sends him into, like, say, Walmart to check on the Mars display. So, like, M&Ms. M&Ms is the only thing that I can think of that Mars does. I know they do more stuff than that, but I can't think of it right now. So anyway, like there's a Halloween M&Ms display, and he gets sent in to make sure that the display is still up and talk the company into it if they're not, if they don't have it up. And report on how many units are left, and how many bags of M&Ms are left, and whatever, right? And I have no idea why I started telling you about this. I just lost it. I just totally lost it. Anyway, I've been having fun using the AI feature on Windows Paint to try to come up with some book covers, because I, I'm having a little bit of trouble. Because, like I said, most of the people that they want to put in there. Oh yeah, that was so funny. Most of the people that they want to put in there, they want to do Japanese anime, and it's like they're not supposed to look like Japanese anime. They're not supposed to look. Um, nothing against, nothing against Japanese characters or even Asian characters. It's just that when you specifically put in that the person's Russian or that the person's Irish, I totally thought of that backwards just now, but anyway, um, you know, they should look Irish and Russian. But but yeah, I also put in that, and maybe she needs to. I mean, maybe I need to put in more details or something. But I put in um tall brown haired 18-year-old uh 18-year-old girl or female, whatever I put, and um her, yeah. Basically, I put Michelle is 5'9" or so, and her boyfriend is Jake, who is 6'3", and yeah, I think I made him 6'3". He's tall. They're both in shape, so they're pretty much skinny, and but not too skinny, not like Shaggy on Scooby Doo, where he just looks too skinny. But notice he eats everything. So, huh? But anyway, not too skinny, but not overweight in any way, shape, or form, and not muscly either. Um. So anyway, I put in all the details, and I happened to notice that Michelle looked a lot like Lori Partridge from the Partridge Family. And I didn't like that. But I didn't know how to, I didn't know how to come up with um anything to make her stop looking like Lori Partridge. Okay, so I didn't read it, but it said Adam Driver or something or other, and because like I said, I didn't read it, but there was definitely a lightsaber in the background, so maybe he's going to be in the next movie, or he's directing the next movie, or something. I don't know. You know what? We've got my curiosity up. Let's see if we can retrieve that. Oh, M. Driver reveals Disney said no to a really cool Kylo Ren Star Wars movie. Oh, okay. That's all it was? Really? HBO Max price kick in kick in across all subscription tiers. HBO Max standard now $18.49 per month. That's ridiculous. I remember when subscription kind of things were all $6.99, $7.99, whatever. There we go. Okay. Anyway, they're all pretty cheap, and we were like, I want to do that, but we couldn't afford it. It was pretty cheap, and we actually were able to, get what we wanted. And I was able to look up, because I don't want to watch what Disney wants me to watch. I want to watch specific things. And for some reason on the TV, I cannot look up what I want. I can look it up all day long on the computer. I can look it up. I think I was able to look it up on my phone, but I cannot look it up on the TV. And you want to watch Disney movies on the TV. They're much better on the TV. But I can't use the search thing. I was trying to search for more Zorro episodes because it showed me like 3 of them, and then decided, no, you're not watching anymore. It's like, excuse me for liking the older stuff. Like Happiest Millionaire. I really wanted to watch that because one of the people I watch on YouTube goes to Disneyland every single day. There pops Disney Adventures, and if you like Disneyland, I totally recommend watching his videos because he goes like everywhere. He goes on the rides. He's not sitting there yakking your ear off about how you could have been doing the fast pass or whatever they call it now, lightning lane, whatever. Um, and getting to ride 60, 60 rides instead of 3 or whatever. Um, Unfortunately, he's not, telling you great things about the park, um, telling you, that the carousel is not, or was it the carousel or the castle? Was not the center of the park. It's actually this little, this little survey marker thing inside the castle. Um, that's the exact middle of the whole park. I don't exactly understand that, but I really don't. But whatever. Anyway, and he just goes around. Oh yeah, and he shows you the Disney merchandise too. Except for I get upset when he does that because it's like I want to buy that, 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 and I can't buy any of that. So it's not, it's not that what he's doing is so bad. It's just, I can't buy any of that stuff. So why show it to me? Of course, $100 for a backpack. I mean, a a backpack purse. $100 for a backpack purse just because it has the word Loungefly on it. That's ridiculous. I've never bought a purse for $100 in my life. Normal everyday people cannot buy a purse for that price, but there's people who will buy it. So, anyway, anyway, um, like I was trying to find Happiest Millionaire because the whole point of bringing up Pop's Disney Adventures this time was that um, at the main entrance or near the main entrance, maybe it was near the train, but I think it's near the main entrance. Um, they were playing Fortuosity, which is one of the songs in The Happiest Millionaire. The Happiest Millionaire has Fred McMurray and Leslie Ann Warren and some other people that people knew at the time, but I don't know their names right now. But anyway, I remember Leslie Ann Warren because she's in Happiest Millionaire and she's in a version of Cinderella and she's also in the movie Clue with Tim Curry and what was it, Richard Mall and Madeline Kahn and Christopher Lloyd and I know there's other people in that movie, but I don't know their names. Um, okay, so Madeline Kahn plays Mrs. White, and Leslie Ann Warren, she she's one of those America's Sweetheart actresses when she was younger. So I think when she was in Clue, she was trying to prove that she could have um I don't want to say older person roles, but like woman roles. She's not a little girl anymore. So anyway, she played Miss Scarlet in the movie Clue. And then Christopher Lloyd was Professor Plum. Tim Curry was Mr. Body, but you don't find that out until later. Everyone thinks that he's the butler. And I can't think of the butler's name. Oh boy, that's so weird. Anyway, so that's 3 of them. Oh, Colonel Mustard is, I think, Richard Mall. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up because I don't. I am getting. I am getting. Okay, wait. Is it M or is it A or? Okay, let's just look up Clue and hope that the thing doesn't. Yeah, 1995 movie. Now, what is his name? Okay, it's good. Tim Curry. That must have been a long time ago. It's a nice picture. Either that or they didn't put the correct picture in. Oh, maybe that's her nowadays, but she would have had to have plastic surgery, I think, because I think she'd be old enough to. Oh, Mrs. Peacock. Yeah. I couldn't think. Okay, so it's got Tim Curry, Madeline Kahn, Colleen Camp, who played Yvette, Leslie Ann Warren, who plays Miss Scarlet, Eileen Brennan, who plays Miss Peacock, Christopher Lloyd plays Professor Plum. They're skipping over this guy. Michael McKean, who plays Mr. Green. Martin Mole. Okay, Martin Mole. Played Colonel Mustard. And Leaving plays Mr. Body. And there's actually a couple more people in here. Okay, so there's some, the cook is Kelly Nakahara? I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure, though. Oh! I didn't know that guy was in there. Okay, so it says Will Nye plays cop number 1. I don't remember there being a cop number 1, but that's okay. Anyway, I think he played on Murder, She Wrote, which is one of my favorite TV shows. I know it sounds so weird, that being one of my favorite TV shows, but, you know what? I just realized, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. So, about 10 minutes ago, no, wait, okay. Further than that, okay, so Venus underscore Hardy 104 was trying to talk to me. I'm so sorry. Um, I've got Discord. Actually, if you, okay, so if you look at any of my Twitch or YouTube, it will tell you what my Discord is in the description below. I don't know how to look at the description on Twitch, but I do know how to look at the description on YouTube, and it's pretty easy. Just, scroll down and you should find the description, and scroll down underneath the video, and you should find the description. Anyway, it tells you what my Discord is, and it tells you how to find my books, and there's links. There's one link for each one of my books. I'm sure I said that in the first half of this. I don't know if I said this in the second half of this. This is the second half. The so I got upset. It's supposed to be all one video, and so there's a part 1 and a part 2. And that is not really my fault. The internet goes out for just a little tiny bit, or Twitch is having problems, or this time it was Xbox was having problems. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. But I'm having technical difficulties lately, and it's really kind of bugging me. But it's not really something that we can go to the internet provider with, because it's not their fault. All day today hasn't been their fault. I looked over at my HG, and see, I was thinking it should be GH because it's GOOGLE home device. But when you're talking to it, you say, hey, GOOGLE. So that's why I call it HG. Anyway, so I looked at my HG. It did not go out. So it's not an internet issue. It's a Twitch or Xbox issue. It, like I said, this last time, it was definitely an Xbox issue, because it said that they were having problems with the Xbox. I had the home page, and I had the logout page, and that was it. I didn't have any of that stuff in between. And I don't know why, because I've got Game Pass Ultimate, so I shouldn't be having this problem, but anyway. Anyway, I'm going to end this in about 5 minutes, because I need to eat lunch, I need to do the litter boxes, and I need to work on my story. I will be back after... I will probably be back after I am done doing my, as soon as I'm done with the chapter in my story. I don't know, but I think I'm definitely going to do that. And I would like to rewrite my story so it doesn't tell you exactly who's doing this the whole time. Because telling who done it right away, that's like, why bother? Why bother? Except for to find out what kind of mayhem they're going to come up with next. But yeah, I don't know how I would do that. I might have to go and um I might have to go and have my husband call up his mom and ask if I can uh, print out some of the pages of my uh, story at her house, so then I can, because we can't afford to do it at the library. You know, it's like 10 cents a page. I don't think we can do that because they want cash. We'd have to go, like we'd have to go to, some store, like say Walmart, and buy something and get $20 cash back and then hope that they got change, or ask for it in ask for like a 10, a 5, 4 ones, uh and dimes after that or something. I don't think they'd want to do that. I really don't know how many pages I have left in my book, but I know it's a lot. And either way, if I had the ability anyway, I would do it double-sided. I don't think I have the ability to do that at the library. So I would definitely do it double-sided so it wouldn't take up so much paper. But yeah, I don't know how we would do that. We don't have a printer right now. Every time we get a printer, it gets messed up somehow and stops working. Um, the roller gets messed up. Um, I want to get one of those eco ones, but it's like $600 or something like that. I might be exaggerating, but anyway, it's pretty expensive and we can't afford it right now. Um, anyway, I need to be able to send chapters to my well, not I don't want to just send the chapter. I want to send like the whole book. But I need to be able to send that in um I need to be able to send that to my sister so she can edit it and then tell me where the problems are. And the cool thing is I think it prints out the page numbers too when you print it out. So then she can go and tell me, hey, last paragraph of page 57 and, it needs help. But the problem is getting her to read the book is, she's not a big reader. I mean, she reads what she wants to read, and right now she's actually working on her book. So I would maybe have to get my niece to do it instead, and that doesn't work because she's in school. So I don't know if I could like send it to my daughter, with a small amount. I would like to be able to send, whoever I get to read the book, uh, to, cause my sister, I like using my sister because she kind of thinks the same way I do, and I don't have to worry about it. I mean, not entirely, but on the thinking the like, but enough that um she could help me figure it out. I'm trying to get the thing so I can rewrite the story enough that you can't tell that it's the person that the person that's doing it. You can't tell who they are until Sean figures it out, or until Sean thinks he knows who it is. So, I'm like, how do I do that? I know, it should be super easy, but I already wrote it to where you know exactly who it is the whole entire time. It's just the people in the book don't. And, I don't know. Okay, what I wanted to do, or what I have wanted to do for a long time, is rewrite it to where, the person who is doing it goes and shuts her door, and then you know that the ninja went out and got a black horse and rode it to town. But the problem is that I named the black horse, and their two horses are not named the same thing, so I might just leave it the way it is, and I want to rewrite it. I really do. But I might leave it the way it is because, it's got to be that horse. So unless the person who did the truck trashing stole Ashley's horse, because it's Ashley's horse that goes to town all the time. That gets taken to town by this person. And unless I want to go and make it that they're stealing, that they're horse thieving for a few hours. I don't exactly like that idea. Dumb question. Because I kind of messed up the order, I think. Okay, so that is... Okay, that's oak. The one that I've got highlighted is spruce. And then we have birch. And then acacia. Okay. Because I was looking at it going, that's dark and that's acacia. Huh? And yeah, okay. Oh, it's 11:05. Okay. So let's just finish this house. I know we just started, but let's finish this house, and then we can stop for very important stuff. So, okay. I'm pretty sure I said that before, but I'm not entirely sure. So, my books are on Amazon, and they are The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 1, Pirate's Daughter, The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 2, Misfortune, The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 3, Hard Times. Hold on a moment. Hey. Not sure. Hold on. Um, they're asking if we have a roll of toilet paper that we're willing to loan them, and okay. Yeah. Nope. Uh-uh. We gotta go shopping. Welcome. Yeah, because we're down to our last 1.5. Well, I double checked just to make sure. Okay, so yeah, the neighbor wanted to borrow toilet paper and we don't have any. We got 1.5 rolls left and apparently we gotta go shopping. Anyway, so the Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 3, Hard Times, if I didn't say that. The Rolling Sea Beginnings, the Rolling Sea Traitor Book 1, Esperanza's Party, the Rolling Sea Traitor Book 2, The Island, and a whole separate series, which is for children, Adopted, and the first book is Squirrel, with actual pictures that I've taken of my cats. So yeah, Venus underscore Hardy 104 was trying to chat with me. I'm so sorry. I didn't think of it. I felt bad because I feel really bad because I did not think of it. I had Twitch up. I just didn't have it on the chat. Anyway, she was trying to get my Discord. And I love, in case you're still on here, Stevie underscore Lane 02. I love Minecraft. I'm using it as a tool. Yeah, I can see your chats, but I wasn't seeing them at the time. Okay, so that's an interesting way to spell that. Okay, I think their name is Christine. And it's Kristeen. So that's, I like that spelling. That's pretty cool. Underscore 12. And then it's, how are you? Well, I'm doing good. And I need to hop off here in a little bit, but, and then, Hakamia 0? Or maybe it's an O? I'm not sure. It's, okay, so it's HAKIMEA. And then there's either a capitalized O or a 0. I'm not sure which. She said that she or he, whichever, they. We'll go with they, because I don't know. I'm getting she, but, that's probably because I'm a girl. Because I'm female. They said that I was streaming very well, and they'd love to become my dedicated fan and support me. Okay, cool. Oh, they've got a game. They've got a Discord that they want me to add. Come on. No. Oh, there. Okay. Okay. Not saying that out loud just in case they don't want to share it. No. There. Wait, yeah. Okay. Okay, that worked. Good. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, I don't know how to say that. It's LINNEAV tuber 5. They were trying to ask, how are you? And they put a purple heart on there. And are you reading my chats? Well, no, I wasn't reading the chats. I'm so sorry. I did not do that on purpose, though. I didn't even think about it. I had Twitch up. And Carolyn Stark said, how's your day been? And Foxy Mushroom 005. Okay. They're gonna make a Discord server for streamers, and they want to make a Minecraft realm. Sure. I don't know how to Discord for nothing, pretty much. But, okay. So that's another one to add. Hold on. Trying to catch up on my chat here. There we go. Okay, so, of course not. Oh no, that was showing all the thing. Okay. No. What's with everybody having mushroom names today? Okay, like the first one, it didn't have any problems. The second one, it asked me, are you a human? It's like, I don't know, am I? So then, Ziora? Not sure. Okay, so, Zura said, hey, and how's the game going, buddy? Why does everybody assume that because you play Minecraft, you're a guy? Or at least it sounds like it. Yeah, I was reading my chats, but, I mean, I began reading my chats, but I wasn't at the time. Oh, hey! Okay, so Emilius _ Scott _ followed me 19 hours ago. Thank you. And Stevie _ Lane 02 followed me 1 hour ago. And the one that I have no idea how to even try to pronounce, LINNEAV tuber 5, followed me 49 minutes ago. Carolyn Stark followed me 43 minutes ago. Thank you, everybody. I had 110 followers before, and then I'm assuming that I did a no-no, or that they were just trying to clean house and um got the wrong account. I mean, deleted the wrong account. So anyway, whatever happened, because it could have to do with what I did on GTA that day, but I'm kind of hoping that it was just they were trying to clean house and got the wrong account. But either way, I had 110 people. Now I've got 10 plus whoever followed me today if they stick around, which would be great. It would be awesome. Um, so on Twitch, I am trying to get 100 more followers so I can at least have what I had before. And um, I don't know if I need to get, like watch hours or anything like that. But on YouTube, I'm trying to get, is it 497? Can't remember right now. $496 more. I'm trying to get 496 more uh, subscribers. And remember, it's totally free to subscribe on YouTube. And I'm at 4,676 views in the last 28 days. But for some reason, they're only counting 1,561 of them as valid public watch hours out of the 3,000 that I need. So, please help me with that. Or I know I don't post shorts very often, and I'm gonna try to do better on that. Which means I probably won't, because making these videos is so much easier than making shorts. But I mean, if I had my video editing software, I could go and take every little bit of the I could go and take every little bit of the Nevada Day Parade on November 1st. So that will be coming up soon. I'm still trying to find last year's Nevada Day Parade in my phone, because what I want to do, I mean, it's on my YouTube, so what I want to do is delete it so then I have enough room for this year's Nevada Day Parade. Hopefully this year will go a little smoother than last year. I still need a chair. I don't think I can go through another Nevada Day Parade where I'm trying to stand up, or I'm trying to stand up the whole time. That did not work. My leg got all wobbly, and I did not understand why. Well, I don't go out very unless we're shopping, I don't go out very often. I'm gonna try to fix that at least for a little while before it starts snowing. Take the kitty cats out for fresh air. The boys, at the very least, like going out in the baby stroller. Well, they don't really like going out, but they'll go out in the baby stroller. We bought it specifically for that because we knew that we had a stroller before. I don't know what happened to it either. Oh, maybe it was in storage. But anyway, we had a stroller before, and we could put all 3 cats in it with very minimal fighting. Like there was just a little bit of fighting to figure out who's gonna sit where, and that was it. Then they're fine. That would not necessarily work with the boys and Bobby right now. Hopefully one of these days it will. Anyway, so like I would have to take Bobby out first and then the boys or something like that. But yeah, I want to try to start taking a few more walks. The doctor was afraid that, after my surgery I might get blood clots, and I didn't understand why, and I still don't. But, better to be safe than sorry. Anyway, I was trying to close this out. So I've said the name of my books at least twice, I think, and I told you about YouTube, and if you're watching me on Twitch right now, please follow and chat. If you are watching me on YouTube, please like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell, and I will see you in the next stream or video.